tape for this bantamweight matchup. Nick Pace, unbeaten in his UFC career, 6-1 overall. He is 24 years old. The pride of El Salvador, who fights out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Ivan Menjivar, 5 years his elder. Both are 5'6". Now, Menjivar did miss weight. He came in at 138, Joe, so he was fined, but he will fight tonight, Nick Pace, with the 4-inch reach advantage. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson, our referee, for this bantamweight fight between Ivan Menjivar and Nick Pace.
Sir, you ready? Sir, you ready? Fight!
Here we go. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Menjivar in the red trunks, black trunks for Pace. Menjivar loves to put on a show.
Well, he looked absolutely spectacular against Charlie Valencia in his last fight.
Canadian MMA pioneer who has fought everywhere from 170 all the way down to 135.
And Nick is pressuring Ivan here, trying to pin him up against the cage, but he gets turned around and breaks free.
Menjivar, much more experienced, Joe. Menjivar, this tonight is his 31st professional fight. Pace is 6-1 overall.
Nice leg kick. Not just experience, but experience against high-level competition. Fought Matt Serra, fought George St. Pierre. I mean, he's fought much, much larger guys in his career. And finally down here at 135 pounds. Fought Serra at 155 and actually had caught Matt Serra in a Kimura at one point in time, which just shows you what type of technique this guy is capable of. Just really one of the most experienced guys in this division by far.
Retired in 06, returned in 2010.
Nick just landed a very nice left hook there.
Trains at TriStar with Firas Zahabi. Of course, that's the home of George St. Pierre. Rory McDonald also on the card tonight. Trains at TriStar. Kenny Florian, who will fight for the featherweight title, has been training in Montreal for his last few fights as well. Two minutes into round one.
Oh, and there it goes. Inside leg kick.
Over there.
You know, this is a problem in MMA, but it's being addressed by a few companies, and there you see that right on the cup. One of them is Diamond MMA, and what they've done, Mike, is created compression shorts where they have a special cup, and these compression shorts keep it tight to the body. And I've experimented with it. I know some other people have as well, and it's very effective. The other technique, or the other tool to use, is the tie cup, which is a steel cup that they tie very tight. A lot of guys don't like it because it's uncomfortable, because it kind of goes up to crack your butt like a thong, but it's very, very effective. I know Kenny Florian uses that, and he's always talking about how these guys really need to stop playing around with these regular cups and just put a steel cup on, and you won't have all these problems with guys getting hurt by the inside leg kick.
Nice takedown by Nick Pace. So he's recovered very well from the inside leg kick.
And Pace steps over with the left, looking to pass, but he falls right into the butterfly guard of Menjivar. And Menjivar has an excellent bottom game.
Very well-rounded Ivan Menjivar. 9 wins by knockout, TKO, 8 wins by submission.
Pace is passing, though. He's passing that guard. He got the knee in place, and Menjivar's doing a good job of trying to get wrist control. Look at this! Pace has got his back!
Pace pulled off a very creative choke to finish off Will Campazano in his UFC debut.
Yeah, it was like a half of it looked like half mission control and half of a ninja choke all put together in one. And he, even said he kind of like made it up on the fly. But it's an effective technique, and I actually utilize it in practice. It really works. sometimes things like that happen. You know, a guy just sees an opening and all of a sudden that becomes a legit technique. And right now he is hanging on to the back of Ivan Menjivar. Very nice. He's trying to get that choke in. He needs to get that hand, that left hand behind the head of Menjivar.
He's trying to finish this fight right here.
Menjivar's in trouble. Even though it's around his jaw, he can put Menjivar to sleep here. If he's got a good enough squeeze, and Menjivar is free of it right now. But the key is he must put the hand behind the head. You can't go old school and cut the back of the head. You've got to slide it so the outside of the hand is facing against the back of the skull.
Menjivar got free. Nice teeth by Pace. Big swing.
Pace is really handling himself very well here against an experienced veteran in Ivan Menjivar.
Pace just 24 years old. Menjivar to the body. Final seconds of round one.
Very nicely done. And here we see the very capable ground game of Nick Pace. Look at that beautiful transition to the hooks. He's got the back of Ivan Menjivar and really put Menjivar in some serious danger. Had full back mount and even went for the rear naked choke, just couldn't get it past the jaw, couldn't get it underneath the chin. But had it Menjivar in a really tricky situation there. And notice how he's cupping the back of the head with the palm of the hand. The correct technique is to get behind the head with the back of the hand, and that puts a lot more leverage on, but it's difficult to do with those gloves. And then you see Nick Pace lands a nice front
inside
kick
sweep. You didn't use it once
to keep Menjivar off. Excellent round.
Inside, baby.
The lovely Shondella.
Inside.
Chrissy Ariani here tonight, Wells Fargo Center.
Sir, you ready?
UFC 133,
Sir, you ready?
Evans
Fight.
versus Ortiz. Round two.
Menjivar has some outstanding leg kicks, and I'd really like to see him throw some more of those, and there he goes. Notice how he turns that hip over, Mike? Really just perfect technique. Oh, he clipped him there.
Caught the leg, came over the top with the right hand.
That was a very good right hand by Menjivar. Everything Menjivar does is perfect technique, and it's one of the things you see from these lighter guys. They don't muscle things. You know, because they're so used to competing against bigger, stronger men most of the time in the gym. You know, it's very difficult to get 135-pound training partners. So a lot of times these guys are in there training with the welterweights and the middleweights, and because of that, you really develop clean technique. The best technicians are always the smaller, lighter guys.
Under 4 in the second. Menjivar looking for an opening again. Nicely done.
Yeah, he slides in with that front kick. Oh, good combination.
With the left hand to the body with the kick. Pace trying to set the tone on that exchange with the knee first.
Pace seems to be slowing a bit here in this second round, trying to pace himself. You know, and I think a lot of that is experience. You know, Menjivar, been there, done that all around the world. And for Nick Pace, fighting against this caliber of competition is a relatively new experience. And then you see that beautiful technique and that leg kick by Menjivar.
Menjivar was 4-0, Joe, when he fought George St. Pierre.
Nice right hand there by Menjivar.
Back at UCC 7 in what was GSP's MMA debut.
Nice stunning side kick to the body. You know, young fighters can really learn from watching the technique by Menjivar.
When he gets comfortable and he starts to find openings, he loves to put on a show. Thus the kick a moment ago. Midway point of the fight.
And he whipped that right hand to the body as well.
And again,
yeah.
Elbow, knee.
He's wearing on Nick Pace here, Mike.
Yep, big knees. Pace trying to hit him on the exit.
As we said, Pace, you know, he utilized a lot of energy, expended a lot of energy rather in that first round, taking the back, working hard for that position, and he definitely seems to have slowed here in the second.
And the experience of Menjivar.
Yeah, but he's being smart in that he is pacing himself.
Whips that right leg.
But he's allowing Menjivar to get off. Menjivar senses that he's slowing down, and Menjivar has become much more comfortable and aggressive here. Look at that, he went for an axe kick. You know, in that front leg axe kick. When a guy starts screwing around with stuff like that, that's when you know he knows that he's in control of the fight. Nick Pace is not threatening anymore, he's merely defending. And that's allowing Menjivar to become very comfortable.
Heavy leg kick by Ivan Menjivar.
When one fighter knows that the other fighter is taking a break and a breather, he becomes so much more relaxed. And there's a takedown by Nick Pace with a minute to go. And good job of neutralizing the wrist control by Nick Pace. Menjivar tried to control his wrist with his right hand, so Nick Pace slid his left knee up and pinned down that bicep. Now Menjivar's in a very tricky situation, but guess what? So is Nick Pace. If Menjivar chooses to underhook Nick Pace's left arm, he can spin him around and sweep him here with this technique. If Nick Pace stretches himself out too much with that left leg and gets too high on the shoulder of Menjivar, Menjivar can simply underhook that left leg, and then it becomes a sweep technique. It becomes what we call the electric chair.
Half guard with 20 seconds left.
Nick Pace on top though, and you think of all the good work that Ivan Menjivar did could be neutralized here in the judges' eyes by this flurry and this takedown by Nick Pace. And there's a nice leg kick by Menjivar. And a nice combination here. You know, Ivan Menjivar clearly was winning most of that round. But you gotta think, how are the judges looking at it? Pace gets the takedown. He gets on top, he lands a few punches. I don't think he should win the round for that, but for, you know, a judge that's not that good, or, you know, a judge that is a little iffy, Pace could have won that, and that's 2 rounds in the books for Pace if that's the case, because I think he clearly won that first.
Third and final round, 5 minutes on the clock. Nick Pace, Ivan Menjivar. Trainer of Nick Pace calling for that takedown at the 2-minute mark.
Sir, are you ready? Over there. Are you ready? You ready? Fight.
Big takedown late in the second round. Third round. Red trunks Menjivar, black trunks Pace.
Oh, look at that. That was a crescent kick. We talk about, you know, Menjivar so well-rounded. I mean, when was the last time you saw that technique? Menjivar's looking to spin.
Yeah, you can see the left shoulder sneaking over a little bit.
You got to watch the hips. When you see the hips turn, that's when, I mean, Menjivar has such an arsenal of techniques. But he's also got to be a little uncomfortable with how that second round ended. Stuff the takedown there. Pace clearly looking for the takedown. And it seemed that what was going on in that second round by Pace slowing the pace down and trying to conserve his energy was that he was looking for that explosion in the last minute and get that takedown and try to steal the round, which is exactly what he tried to do.
Right hand by Menjivar over the top.
Little blood out of the corner of the eye of Nick Pace from a left hook by Menjivar. Oh,
another
nice
big swing by the pride of El Salvador. Combination put together.
again, he goes to that crescent kick. Just such a weird kick. It's so hard to judge what's going to happen.
Sneaks away.
You know, that's one of the reasons why the question mark kick works, because you're thinking one thing is coming, and then the very last minute, the hips turn over and a roundhouse kick comes out where you thought it was a front kick. And that's sort of what happens with that crescent kick. You think it's a front kick, and then it comes up and to the side. It's not the best technique in the world, but the technique that's effective is the one that lands. Good right hand there by Menjivar. And a good left to the body. And again, Pace seems to be controlling and conserving his energy. Oh, we got kicked low again.
I know they're accidental. You got to keep them on. That's a nice chance, right?
Compression shorts. It keeps the cup in place, because normal jock straps and it's everything's moving around, and with the diamond compression shorts, they really tuck it in tight. I don't have experience with the tie cup, the steel tie cup, but same thing, same idea.
Everything about this game evolves.
Yes, it does. Even the equipment.
Yep.
But of course, as I said, the tie cup has been around forever.
Final 2 minutes of this matchup. At 135, Nick Pace, Ivan Menjivar, very close fight. Nice leg kick.
But he really lands that leg kick with authority.
Yep, by the veteran. Let's see now. Remember, in the corner of Pace, they said, look for the takedown at about the 2-minute mark. Let's see if Nick Pace looks to shoot here and perhaps solidify a victory over the veteran.
Well, he's got to find his opening, He doesn't want to shoot wide from the outside. He's got to get Menjivar to think that he's striking. That's the brilliance of George St. Pierre. One of the things that George does so well is mixing up the strikes and the takedowns to the point where his opponent has no idea what's coming.
Good scramble in the clinch. Pace very solid against this veteran of over 30 professional fights.
Yeah, win, lose, or draw. This is a huge experience for this 24-year-old fighter.
Nice knee.
Very nicely done. He hurt Menjivar there.
And he's pushing forward now.
Menjivar is hurt.
He's got Menjivar hurt and on the run. Pace looking to seal the victory here.
He shouldn't clinch with him, though. Menjivar's still hurt. There he goes. Throw those bombs.
Pace to the body.
He's got to think Menjivar's having a hard time seeing out of that left. Throw that right. And Menjivar is turning towards his right into the power.
Yeah, you see him still squinting with that left eye. Joe just missed.
Yeah, and it's
with
swelling
the spin.
up. He may have a fractured orbital. It's swelling up quickly.
Basically, that eye is shut right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Under
look at
30 seconds. Pace purely the aggressor now.
Nick Pace needs to step off to his left and force Menjivar to turn to his right, which is where he can't see. By following Menjivar, he's allowing Menjivar to get away.
Final 10 seconds of this battle.
When Nick Pace reviews his tape, he needs to learn to cut the octagon off, not just follow Menjivar, especially when you know a guy's got an injured eye like that.
What a great finish. The fight goes the distance.
Really, as I said, win, lose, or draw. This is a huge experience for Nick Pace. And let's see the replay here. Here's the knee that did all the damage. Nick's got the clinch, and boom. Yeah, right in there. And a second look here. Perfectly timed knee. Perfectly executed. And here's a flying knee by Nick Pace. Just an amazing performance by Nick Pace. As I said, win, lose, or draw. An excellent fight for him.
No. Thank you, sir.
Close fight, you sealed it, baby. You sealed it. Thank you. Dude, where's that talent? We won 2 minutes ago. Good job.
Oh, you're going to the center right now. Man.
All right, let's go to the decision with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Ivan, the Pride of El Salvador, Menjivar.
Gotta say, I disagree with that decision. It was a great fight, but I believe Pace should have got the nod.
A beautiful fight.